Welcome back to the channel. Just shy of a year ago now, I purchased this Thunder Laser USA Nova 51130. Now what's that mean? Thunder Laser USA is a company, obviously. Nova is a model, 51-inch work surface, 130 watt CO2 laser. I sat it right here in the garage, plumbed in electrical and air. Pretty much been running it since. Hadn't had any issues. But the problem is, a guy like me, 6'2", 230 pounds, I bend over this little laptop right here when I'm processing stuff, and that goes. And this is what we do. That's not going to work because I have 2 herniated discs in my back and 1 on my neck. So today we are going to fix this problem. I am right-handed. So if the laptop is here, I can use the mouse right in front. It works. But we're going to shift over to this side and put the laptop on this side. And we're going to do so using this laptop mount. But I want to make sure that when we mount this, that it's solid and it doesn't take away from the integrity of the housing of the laser. So that's the trick. I have printed with a 3D printer this panel right here, which matches up a little bit bigger, a little bit larger footprint. We're going to go ahead and show you how we're going to install this and what I did to get on the other side of the laser, and I'll show you why we're going on the other side of the laser. The laptop mount right here at this height so that we can go ahead and use it. So let's get started. Let me show you some things of why I'm going on the other side versus this side where I've been for almost a year, and what I hope to accomplish out of this, and show you some of the little workarounds and challenges that we're going to have to do. So stick around. I'm Grant. This is just Grant. Let's make it happen. Okay, so you can see I'm obviously using this as a work surface too. There is an access door back here. This is an access panel that's not easily removed. The laser tube is this big panel that runs behind the entire section. The chiller, which just kicked on, you may be able to hear it, is right here. Let's actually see. You can turn that off. Got a main power switch and auxiliary power switch. All the computers and everything plug into here. This is nice being on this side, my cluttered garage. But the problem is, if I'm being right-handed, I can't manipulate the mouse if it's over here on a stand. And this laptop stand doesn't have a mouse pad. I don't want to add one to it because it's going to make it that much bigger. So we do have this area here. If you were wanting to put one onto the right side, and you look inside the laser, there is space to make that happen. Obviously, you have to miss the cables and stay down low enough outside of the board. Now, I'm not telling you to drill holes in your laser if you have one, because I don't know if it's going to void the warranty or not. It might. I haven't contacted Thunder. This side, you can see that we have even more going on. These blue lines are your air lines to help blow the nozzle up. You can see they come in, and they run up, and they come back out to the actual laser head, and they end up coming out here, blowing on your lens. Keep debris off your lens. You have your high and your low air. And then more data and power cables coming up in as well. So we need to make sure we're staying out of that. So that's where this comes in. We're going to go ahead and see, this is how much space we need, where we need to be. If we space it on the inside, up against the edge here in that corner, and then the top is curved, so we have to challenge that. And then the bottom has some weld and seam and stuff. There's a shadow in there causing part of that. But so we have to make sure we don't hit any of that. Obviously the lines. So let's get the tripod set up, and I'll show you how I'm going to position this in there and make sure if it's going to work or not without hitting any of those lines. And it looks like I'm probably going to have to make some changes to the plate just off of what I'm looking at right now. I didn't take any measurements. I just made a plate. This plate is slightly larger than the outside of the other plate, and I can use this template Again, I designed it and then 3D printed. I can use this on the outside as a backer plate also, and then we can put a smaller backer plate, which is I think is what we're going to have to do on the inside as well. So let's get the tripod set up and then figure out how well this fits. All right, I don't think even with the wide angle lens that there's going to be enough room in here for you to see. Oh yeah, so we're going to have to cut. If we take the corners in a good bit, another, we'll call that 3/4 of an inch. But if we take those corners in another 3/4 of an inch on the radius, then that'll go right in. Or we could even just trim the width of the panel by 1/2 inch or so. Let's see here. Yeah, 1/2 inch will be more than enough, and it'll fit right in there. And then we can mark and drill the holes on the inside, butt everything up, and it'll line right up on the outside. Make a big sandwich so that you can utilize the strength of these 2 corners, or actually 3 corners, because this one up here as well, to help with any flexion. The stand, part of the reason I bought it is it's really lightweight. I have a really lightweight Chromebook. So all in all, we're going to be good to go ahead and do that. Like I said, we just have to make this inside plate. We could honestly just 45 the corners and it would fit right in there, and then smooth them out, because you don't want to turn it into a can opener either. But yeah, we'll make it happen. Now, this is the side that we're going to mount on right here. This is the outside of it. And you might ask, well, what are we going to use to plate that up? And keep in mind, this is same thickness. So it'll end up, the outer plate will end up about like that. And this 1/4 inch thick aluminum, which this stuff is aviation grade. I picked it up a long time ago. It was actually more than twice the size of this. 1/4 inch thick. It doesn't say. It's 2024 T351. So it's heat treated to T351. This will end up sitting, obviously it's folded up, right roughly here. And we can fold, you know, the stand up higher and all that. So this is going to be strong enough to go ahead and take any forces that we have. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to have to cut this manually, because my laser, CO2 laser, cannot cut this. And it would take me longer to go to the fabrication shop that I use and have them blast it out on either the water jet or their laser than it would just to go ahead and mark it off with some tape. I'll trace this out. I'll trace another one out right next to it and make it 1/2 inch wide, or more narrow on one side. Cut them out, sand them, shape them. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not working on helicopters here. And get it set up. We'll prime it, paint it. I can match with, pretty much match this color, so we'll make it look like it belongs there. And we'll go ahead and get it set up, ready to drill. Put the inside in, drill it out, and then it's just screw bolts after that, and then routing power, because as shown, the USB is on this side. Power supply is back here and runs actually from right here. So that will be easy. We'll run it down. It'll connect right in, be good. The USB, we're gonna have to run down and under, not a big deal, and bring it up. Easy day. Just some zip ties and keep it clean. So let's get this marked out. I'll show you that. It is currently 9:56 here tonight. So tomorrow morning, I've got 1 tumbler to do, which is a perfect time to move the rotary that gets stored here from this side to that side. And then this will become my mouse pad. We'll be right in this area. We'll just move the mouse pad over, and the computer will be able to swing out of the way. It'll actually be able to swing out over here. And the air compressor, I don't really have to get to. The toolbox can swing out of the way. Makes more sense to have it here than it does where I store material. And then I'm going to build a better storage rack for the material. Right? We now have this. This is all got to get. I'm going to build a rack for up here too, so that a lot of this acrylic which should be stored flat like the MDF, I'd like to get 2, maybe 3 more rows in here so that we can do that. So should be good. But those are later projects. Right now, we're gonna get this set up for this plate. All right, so just like stated, I just beveled these off. I'll round them out to that same radius as before. If you're thinking about a battery-powered jigsaw, I would not recommend this M12 one. The latch, it's one of the biggest complaints on the reviews. The latch for the angle just doesn't stay set. I didn't have any trouble with it on this one, but I have before in the past using it when it mattered. It really would have mattered this time. Other than that, like if they fix that, this is a perfect tool, even though it's not even a fuel. I think they have the M12 fuel one, or I'm pretty sure they have the M18 fuel one as well. But I love the way the new blades are on almost all jigsaws. So that's my only complaint about it. Didn't impact this at all, but these just need sanded, shaped, and the holes drilled. And then we can put this one inside and drill the holes from the inside out so we know they line up, and then get it mounted. Let's go, let's make it happen. All right, so you can see I have the one plate installed already. It's back in there. It's nice and flush, it's in there, it's not going anywhere. But yeah, I just have to drill the holes and then we'll be able to mount it up. These are not to the point that I want them, but it's raining today and I can't paint them or prime them. And I also can't get my bigger sander out and get them flattened and smoothed and finished the way I want. So that'll have to be maybe a fix another day. The outside bracket not being painted will drive me nuts, so we'll fix that at some point. But let's get these holes drilled and then let's get this thing mounted up, see how it looks. All right, so holes are drilled. I did go ahead and wrap the edge of this, even though I sanded it as best I could, given my situation right now without having an actual sander. Again, this aluminum is extremely hard. So I wrapped this edge with some Gorilla Tape to keep from chafing any of these wires and air tubes going through here. We're gonna get this set inside. You can see the 2 holes right here, right there and there. So top and bottom, plenty of clearance from the seams and from the edges. But we're gonna get this set in and then go ahead and get this mount installed. The next picture you see will be this thing installed. Awesome, I'm excited. Okay, so I should have done this the day I bought the laser. Just now I get it back into the corner, but this is just absolutely perfect. Like I gotta adjust the height a little bit, which is easy to do, and I obviously need to move the laptop still, but this is like right at the perfect height. So I should have done this. This should be an option when you buy the laser, honestly. And then I can use, like I said, once the rotary will get stored over here, that mouse pad and mouse will come right here. Why didn't I do this sooner? Okay, so I got everything set up the way, and this is another reason I wanted to proceed on without those brackets finished, is I want to get this order done. Everything's running up, set everything up, got this job set to go. It is a bit wobbly, but I expected that with the quality of the mount I bought. You could buy a more expensive mount, not have that problem. You could also buy a more expensive mount and get a mouse pad on it. I debated that, keep it over here because that's what I'm used to. But I wasn't sure if I was going to like it at all. So $300 versus $60, that was kind of the thing. This is like a $65 mount on Amazon. But right now I'm ecstatic. I'm really happy with it. Just standing here on the mat, which I do want to get another one since I'll be bouncing back and forth from side to side a little bit more. been debating that anyway, but able to stand here on the mat, work on the laptop. My only thing I'm going to have to retrain myself on, I think, so far, is that clearance for the door, because this can be swung over in a manner that we could have contact. And so I need to put the clamps on here. I'll do that later. And then some additional cable management just to clean this up a bit. There's not a hole to zip tie back here, but I'd like to zip tie those cables onto the back. So maybe I'll put one in, or one of the other options, or another option is come down here to the monitor mount, because this is also doubles as a monitor mount. So, but I'm really excited about this. I'm ecstatic. I think it's going to help with, I have 2 herniated discs in my lower back. I have 1 in my neck, and I think that's gonna alleviate some of the pains of literally the pains of standing at the laser or kneeling over the back of the laser like I was. So this is awesome. I did have to run an extension cable for the USB underneath. We'll get under there once I've used it for about a week and tidy everything up, get it in there and ready to go. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm gonna do this 1 tumbler, and then it's raining today, so I can't paint anything. I'll probably do some more charcuterie board designs, or some router templates. So comments, go ahead and head over to the Instagram at 5Cats Custom Crafts, or the Facebook page, facebook.com/5Cats Custom Crafts, if you want to make comments on what do you think I should have done differently or better, or right here down in the bottom of the video as well. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I'm going to spend even more time with the laser now, I'm pretty sure, which I guess that's a good thing. Remember, you are loved, you have value, and you have purpose. Don't forget it. Peace. I'm out of here.